Hello. Let's get started with a message from the Crystal Wisdom Healing Oracle. That was fast. Number 45, rhodochrosite. Not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Okay, rhodochrosite, the heart reviver. Rhodochrosite teaches the heart to assimilate painful feelings without shutting down. Dissolving denial and identifying ongoing detrimental patterns, it offers compassionate love and forgiveness. You face the truth with loving awareness. Self-understanding. Deep down, you feel alienated, unloved, or unappreciated. A history of sexual or emotional abuse creates dis-ease, or you may have misused or feared your sexual power in the past. You may be representing something you do not want to face. You may be repressing something you do not want to face. Irrational fears and paranoia and, quote, unacceptable emotions need to be acknowledged and transformed. Divination. Time for a change of viewpoint. Begin to seek the gifts in your experiences rather than seeing the negative effects. Check out whether what you were taught in childhood is still relevant to the person you are today. Healing insight. Releasing resentment from your heart creates well-being. Okay. Frequency high, chakra, the heart, solar plexus, base, and sacral. Timing summer. Soul path, radiating unconditional love and selfless compassion. Ooh, this is a deep one. My goodness. The heart reviver. Heart reviver. Okay. Revive. Makes me think coming back to life. Coming back to love. And that makes me think coming back to love is coming back to the truth of who you are, the truth of what you are, the truth of what you are, which is unconditional love. Heart, yes, they mention the heart chakra, but among the heart chakra, there's the solar plexus, makes sense, and the sacral, right? And the base, like basically most of the major chakras that the rhodochrosite can help heal. Okay, base and sacral, heart, yeah, love, love, love. Rhodochrosite teaches the heart to assimilate painful. Okay, assimilate is standing out to me. Assimilate painful feelings without shutting down. So still addressing the pain that you may be holding within, but without numbing yourself, right? Still remaining soft and open. Assimilate, so that makes me think of integrating shadow and light. Yeah, without shutting down, remaining soft and open. Shutting down makes me think of defensive mode, survival mode, protection, right? Protecting yourself. Dissolving denial. Dissolving denial. So facing, confronting, acknowledging all of the feelings within, your pain, facing, confronting, acknowledging, validating, your feelings. Dissolving, melting. Makes me think of melting. Melting. Okay, that makes me think of tears. Tears. Through tears, crying, letting it out, releasing. Tears, releasing. Emotions. Allowing the energies to flow. Allowing your tears to flow. Yeah, melting down. Tears, yeah. That makes me think. Melting down into tears. Heartbreak, acknowledging all of those feelings. Melting down, breaking down from a broken heart. Dissolving denial and identifying ongoing detrimental patterns. So detrimental patterns. So patterns that are hurtful patterns. Again, this makes me think defense mechanism. It's a defense mechanism. Defense mechanism as a way to cope. As a way to cope with your pain. To cope and numb. Disassociate with the pain, all the pain you're feeling inside. Detrimental patterns, okay, such as addictions. Makes me think of the Devil card in the Tarot. Makes me think, okay, becoming aware of your patterns. And getting to the root of those patterns. Getting honest. As to why you're engaging in patterns to numb yourself. Again, it is a coping mechanism. So that's part of becoming aware. Knowing that is a detrimental patterns are a form of a coping mechanism, but another layer of getting honest with why we engage in certain patterns. They do offer a comfort, don't they? So acknowledging that too, and it's okay. Radical honesty. Yeah, they can provide comfort. There is a quote benefit such as a sense of relief. Maybe depending on the addictive pattern, there's a dopamine hit, right? Even though it may be short-lived and temporary. Again, it goes back to the root of why we engage in certain patterns that may be detrimental to our well-being. It may be it may be the result of a deep-rooted pain from trauma. Let's read this again. Dissolving denial and identifying ongoing detrimental patterns, it offers compassionate love and forgiveness. Offers. So the rhodochrosite can help by offering. Even that word conveys an energy of compassion, love, non-judgment. Offers compassionate love and forgiveness. Yes, so that makes me think, yes. Observing, becoming aware of any detrimental patterns. Observing, becoming aware. From a place of love, forgiveness, compassion, non-judgment, right? We engage in certain patterns because we're in pain and we're seeking ways to alleviate that pain. You face the truth with loving awareness. Ah, there's the word awareness. Yeah, awareness, but loving awareness. Again, non-judgment. Non-judgment, being the observer. Because the more we heal, we realize we're not. Our emotions, our thoughts, our traumas, what happened to us, etc. We are so much more. Loving awareness, non-judgment, being the observer. It makes me think of, learning to reparent yourself. Reparenting the wounded child within. Okay, self-understanding. Deep down, you feel alienated. You feel unloved or unappreciated. Okay. Deep down. This is deep. This is a deep pain. Deep pain. Okay? And it wants to be acknowledged by you. It wants to be seen by you with love, kindness, compassion, non-judgment. Okay, alienated, unloved, or unappreciated. A history of sexual or emotional abuse creates disease. Or you may have misused or feared your sexual power in the past. Again, it's like a fear response, right? A coping mechanism. Fear or trauma response. Returning to coping mechanism. You may be repressing something. Yes, that refers to the deep down. You do not want to face irrational fears. Yes, getting the mind involved, the logical mind involved. Like, when it comes to feelings, it's going to try to rationalize. But emotions, we heal them through the heart rather than the logical mind, right? The heart heals. Healing heart. That's what I'm thinking. Healing heart. Thinking with our hearts rather than the logical mind. The logical, rational mind. Quote, rational. Irrational fears and paranoia and, quote, unacceptable emotions. Yes. And they put unacceptable in quotes because depending on our conditioning, we learn that certain feelings, emotions are, quote, unacceptable. And through our personal healing journey, that's part of how we heal, by accepting any emotion that surfaces or rises within us to be acknowledged and validated. Okay, and they use here, okay. You may be repressing something you do not want to face. Irrational fears and paranoia and, quote, unacceptable emotions need to be acknowledged and transformed. Okay, transformed, transmuted, turning so-called lead into gold, to be symbolic about this, right? Transmuting, acknowledged, and transformed. Transmuted. Alchemized. Divination, time for a change of viewpoint. Okay, yes, so seeing things from a different perspective, different point of view. And look at this, begin to seek the gifts. Seek the gifts. Gifts in your experiences, the lessons, very hard lessons. Seek the gifts, lessons. Yeah. Begin to see the gifts in your experiences rather than seeing the negative effects. Lessons, wisdom, empathy, developing the gift of empathy, compassion, growing more and more in your heart space, growing in love. They mention childhood, most likely. Check out whether what you were taught in childhood is still relevant to the person you are today. You are not the same person as you were. You are not the same person today as you were back in your childhood, right? We're constantly changing, evolving. You're certainly not the same person today as you were even maybe yesterday, a week ago, a year ago. You keep evolving. You are transforming. Childhood. Yeah, healing insight. Releasing. That is a huge lesson. Releasing resentment. Holding all that in. It can cause dis-ease, right? And you may have personal experience with that. Maybe you have chronic pain. have gone through, may still be going through mental, emotional illnesses. These energies like resentment, fear, feeling disempowered, they need to be released from our bodies. It's easier said than done. It's easier said than done. Releasing resentment from your heart creates well-being. Well-being. That's part of the self-love journey. But it is a process. We are all works in progress, right? The more we heal, the more we start learning how to take better care of ourselves, body, mind, and soul. It takes time. The main message here is becoming aware. Non-judgment, compassion, unconditional love. Yep, soul path. Radiating unconditional love and selfless compassion. This is part of your purpose. All that you've been through and all that you may still be going through, you are still evolving and transforming, learning to transmute the pain and the suffering. Your individual experiences, everything that you've gone through, eventually, when you feel more healed, have the energy, you will be moved to support others who may be experiencing similar things that you went through. And everyone, it's part of this human experience, this earthly experience. Everyone suffers. Everyone knows what it feels like to be in pain. Everyone has some form of addictive behavior, coping mechanism, to be in fear, to have been traumatized. And we all need support to know that we are not alone. Because one of the words they used was alienated. You may have felt very alienated throughout your life, unloved, unlovable, unappreciated, unseen. Now you have more empathy. And you can serve others when the time is right for you. Wow, half an hour. Procyte. Shall we get a few cards? I'm not sure. We can get a few, I suppose. Let's see if we get anything using the Soul Coaching Oracle cards. Strength, oh boy. 46, yes. You have grown stronger. You've been through so much. Looking at this young girl, that makes me think, yes, you've healed your inner child, your wounded inner child, and you have emerged stronger. And it can be triggering, I mean, to think that we have to go through, we came here to Earth School to learn through pain and suffering and trauma. That's one of the things that you may have confronted or are still dealing with. As you continue to heal. And looking at the dragon, it makes me think of wisdom. Oh yes, your wisdom has grown exponentially. Yep, that's the truth. That is the truth. Number 50, another young child. You've learned to reparent yourself. Oh, look at this. Number 31, leadership. You are the leader of your life. You've learned to reparent yourself. You've become your own role model. Standing tall amid the storms. Growing in strength due to those storms. You got truthful with yourself, got really honest with yourself on your journey. Looked at the shadows. And look at the glow here above the top of the lighthouse. You've grown more enlightened through your experiences. Now looking at the strength card and also the sturdy looking structure of the lighthouse and the leadership card. Yeah, you have grown so much stronger. So much more resilient. faith, number 20. What a beautiful image. Truth, faith. You got honest with yourself. Learn to trust yourself, to have faith in yourself, to believe in yourself. Yeah, the lighthouse makes me think of the root chakra. Extremely stable. And the glow here, crown chakra, which was mentioned in the guidebook about the rhodochrosite crystal. Yeah. Heart, solar, base, sacral. You've taken a leap of faith on yourself. Looking at this card here. The more you heal, you feel lighter and lighter because you've released so much energetically, purged, released. Yep, you've surrendered and you released. And the colors here of the leaves, yellow and orange, solar plexus, sacral chakra. And this is a very peaceful scene. So this makes me think that you have more inner peace now, having released so much. New life, number 39. You've taken a leap of faith. You're about to start a new journey. A new cycle begins. I'm sure you've closed out multiple cycles. And you keep getting stronger and stronger. Standing tall. Growing in more and more into your sovereignty. Yep, and this pillar here makes me think of the base chakra. Strong, firm foundations, just like the lighthouse. Blessed. Beautiful. 22. 22 is a master number, master builder or master architect. Being a bridge between the earthly and spiritual realms. Ooh. This makes me think, blessed, the blessed card, that you've grown to feel grateful even for all the pain that you went through. You realize now that it all happened for a reason. They led you to this point in your journey. Flexible. So that makes me think of what was said in the guidebook about having, look at things with a different point of view, seeing things from a different point of view, seeing the gifts, the lessons, the wisdom, growing more and more in empathy, compassion, growing more in love. So yes, blessed also makes me think of you're seeing everything that happened to you as gifts. And the experience, knowledge, wisdom that you gained through all that you went through, you will find a way to gift others with your knowledge, with your experience, lending others your compassion, unconditional love, non-judgment, because you know what pain feels like and the things that we resort to when we're in pain and fear. Feeling alienated, unloved, unappreciated, resentful. Seeing this egg on the flexible card, it makes me think, yeah, you're not the same person you were. You are so much stronger. Well, first of all, she's doing a handstand. You have to be quite strong to be to do a handstand, right? And especially in this positioning, you have to have really good physical strength, right? And balance. So that makes me think you're balancing out. Yeah, your chakras are aligning. I don't know if I finished my train of thoughts. This makes me think that, yes, you are making strides. I'm looking at the flexible card. It's number 19. The faith card is number 20. Fork in the road, number 13. Makes me think of the death and rebirth card in the tarot. Transformation. You are definitely transforming. Oh, that makes me think, yes, you are not the same person today as you were. You have learned to stop identifying with everything, especially the negative things that happen to you. You're a different person now. And that's why this new life, you're on the edge of this new life. Because we have fork in the road here, making me think of transformation. You've released the past. You're forging ahead. You've already surrendered and taken a leap of faith. You feel stronger from within. Even if the path may be uncertain, you're forging ahead. Yeah, come to the edge, 36. So that makes me think of this faith card here, where it looks like she's already leapt. Making me think of the Fool card in the Tarot. She's already leapt. She's on the edge, about to, looks like she's dancing. Yeah, she's about to take a leap of faith as well. You've taken a leap of faith on yourself. Exchanging gifts. Okay, number 27. That makes me think of what I was saying about how everything that you learned, all that you'd gone through, and the wisdom that you attained through having gone through all of your pain and traumas, you'll be able to support others. Sharing your gifts with others. Let's go to the Psychic Tarot. Oh, wow, more than 47 minutes. Anything to add or confirm? Look at that. Foundation and achievements. Number 4. That makes me think of firm foundations, right? Strong root chakra. And again, with this column here. Firm foundations. Stand your ground makes me think of perseverance. Resilience. Yep. Strength. The Hanging Man, number 12. So that makes me think of seeing things from a new perspective, which you have learned to do. You're more the observer now. You're not so deeply identifying with everything that happened to you. And did I mention that? Like being the observer? Loving or not. I think I did say it, but I didn't write it down. Oh, here. In regards to the phrase offers compassionate love and forgiveness, I wrote observing or becoming aware of patterns from a place of love, forgiveness, compassion, non-judgment. In regards to loving awareness, non-judgment again. Being the observer, learning to reparent yourself, etc. The wounded child. Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. Look at this. Suffering and silence. 9 of Swords. Yeah. You've been through many cycles of suffering and silence, feeling like you were alone. Probably feeling like you couldn't rely on anyone. But now you are relying on yourself. Starting to feel more confident, worthy. The High Priestess, number 2, and you're highly intuitive. And that's what one of the qualities that helped you take a leap of faith on yourself. Because you know that there is a rainbow for you. You've started tapping into your inner child. You've healed your wounded inner child. And your inner child has taught you that life is for dreaming. That we're here to live out our potential. It's limitless, so I mean, you can only do so much. That's the truth. 20, that says the Judgment card in the Tarot. And we have a truth card here. You now realize that life, you need not expect to suffer indefinitely. That life is also for having fun. Life is to be enjoyed. We're not meant to feel heavy all the time. We're meant to feel light and free. Wisdom, yes, you've gained a lot of wisdom for sure. You have many gifts to share with others. Exchanging gifts, including your wisdom. You're starting to come back to life. And that makes me think of the crystal, the rhodochrosite crystal, how it's called the Heart Reviver. You're being revived. And I wrote here, the Heart Reviver. You're coming back to life, coming back to love, the truth of who or what you are. Yep, you're coming back to the realization, the knowing that you are unconditional love. Oh, and look at this, what fell out. Love begins. Ace of Cups. And there's another rainbow. Self-love. Unconditional self-love. Beautiful. But seeing this Four of Wands, one of the blessings that you may be manifesting, one of the blessings you're manifesting may be a solid, reliable, happy family. Financial and material changes. Emotional withdrawal. Yep, I'd put that with the suffering in silence. Patience and planning. So the two columns here, lots of references to having firm foundations, stability, strength, just like this card here, and the Lighthouse card. Getting balanced. The two columns on either side makes me think of balance. Balance, getting stabilized from within your energy centers. Ooh, yes. Yes, passion ignited. Yep, sacral chakra. Making me think of the surrender card. All of these, the golden hues, golden orange hues. Passion ignited. You're starting to feel more enlivened, more passionate, getting your energy back, wanting to create. Maybe you have some creative pursuits. Perhaps you're a dancer. I'm looking at the faith card. Also the come to the edge card. Looks like they're dancing. Oh, and there's a ballet dancer here as well in the exchanging gifts card. But that may have been part of your healing as well, and releasing, getting the stuck energies moving within you through dance. This obstacles and challenges. Yes, you've grown stronger, more resilient. Ooh. Okay. Patience. Didn't we see? Yes, we saw the patience in planning. So right now, having taken a leap of faith at on yourself, you may be feeling like you're at a crossroads, like the in between from the past and the present. The past cycle, looking ahead to the new cycle. Patience. Rest. Have fun. Anything? Okay, I think we'll end it here. Look at this. 9 of Cups. Fulfillment of wishes. Because you took a leap of faith on yourself. Okay. Thank you. Take care.